Hello and welcome to Swim Sets by the Pool. This is the podcast where we just love swimming. We love helping people swim better. And today we've got a super special episode, and it's with none other than, the fastest swimmer in triathlon, Greg Harper. And it's going to be a little special episode. We're going to talk with him about his 70.3 Eagleman swim. This episode is going to be called Just the Swim. Well, you probably saw that when you clicked on it. But yeah, we're just going to take it through the swim. Greg's going to tell us his thoughts, and I'm going to ask him some questions. And hopefully you guys can get some knowledge from this guy and hopefully apply it to yourself. But yeah, Greg, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. It's they called me. I got some Poseidon cheers on course. Kyle Glass, he's from Pro Tri News. He like coined this term Poseidon
Nice.
for me. He calls me the swim god, but he's also like trying to like talk some shit too, which is it's funny. There's like good banter between us, so
Yeah.
it's pretty fun. So actually, there's some people out there that are like, let's go Poseidon. So that was pretty fun.
Dude,
But yeah, I'm doing well, and yeah, it was a good swim. Got some press and things from that, so it's always a good time. Ironman likes to collaborate on reels with me, so it always gets me some new followers and
yeah, man.
probably pick up a few coaching clients from it, which is good for me.
Dude, that would be awesome. Yeah, I think someone DM'd us on our Swim Sets by the Pool Instagram and said Greg is my goat. So you're their personal greatest of all time. So
Yeah,
that's pretty
I think
sweet.
I know who that guy is. I think he lives in New York.
Oh, nice.
Um, yeah, well, I guess I'll kind of run us through. So it was a non-wetsuit swim,
Yeah, you wore the swim skin.
and wore the swim skin. Got a nice little
Ooh, yeah.
chafe on my neck. I just forgot to put body glide on, and yeah, I mean, I predominantly breathe to the left, so that it just
Hmm.
rubs on that side. Nothing against the Blue 70 swim skin. Any swim skin would do that to you if you don't properly apply some lubricant. So,
Yeah, for sure.
uh, yeah, so that I could actually feel it during the race, and if you know you can feel it in the race, you're like, oh, that's going to be a bad one. So,
Yeah.
yeah, got a few little jellyfish stings as well during the
Oof.
race.
Wait.
But they're super small, like on my face. I was swimming. I'm like, what is that stinging? I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, it's the
yeah.
jellyfish, and I felt them with my hand.
Wait, so where
Um,
did you guys swim? Like, was it
it's basically in like it's called the Chalk Tank River. It's huge river though, and there's like it flows into the Chesapeake Bay. It's like pretty close to
okay.
the mouth. So there is a little bit of current. So on the way out, we were kind of swimming against the current.
Hmm.
Um, And before the race, he's always like Ben Canute, he's always trying to be like, oh, like where are you gonna line up? And I'm just like, the other opposite side of you, dude. And anyway, I could tell right before the race started, he's like looking around, and I was just like, I could see that he saw me. Like I had a different colored cap on too.
Hmm.
Um, and then I just like sneaked over to the opposite side at the end. And so everyone was starting there was a turn buoy to the left, probably 500 meters in. And I went to the full right side. And I was like just solo. Actually, it was me and Sam Long over there. He's like, oh, this is where the fast people line up. I'm like, yeah, dude, what's up?
R.I.P.
Um,
Sam Long start.
and and then we were just like talking, and all of a sudden the horn went off, and I was like, oh, and then we just like started swimming. Like they just send you off whenever. Anyway, so I went out too hard. Like in the first minute, I was like, dude, I'm way ahead. And I knew Ben was like looking over at me, and he started moving over to try to get my draft. And I started moving even further off course, like, and then he basically took the entire front pack like way off course. But as the fastest swimmer, if everyone swims extra, it's to your benefit. So
Yeah.
I don't really have a problem swimming extra. So that's kind of how it went down. But he did a good job. Like a couple minutes in, I kind of had to settle, and I was like, all right, just like keep it chill. I wasn't really caring to like drop Ben.
Hmm.
I knew he'd be someone I would want to ride with if I could.
Yeah.
Um, so about 4 or 5 minutes in, he was kind of there. He was just like a bit off, maybe like a body length behind, and he never really closed the gap. But I was kind of looking around, and we ended up just like way off the front. I came out, I think, with 20 seconds on Ben, and
Hmm.
it must have been like two plus minutes to the third place guy. Um, Super tough conditions. It was really choppy and wavy, but like the
Yeah.
small chop and the small waves, which are really hard to get a
Dude,
rhythm.
that
Like
gets you,
the
man. Yeah.
yeah, the bigger ones are like easy because you can find some flow, but it's actually the small one. So we turned that buoy, and it was even tougher. Finally, on the way back, I found some rhythm, but we had a little like tail current, I guess you could say. And then I looked back probably like 15 minutes in. I was like, oh, Ben's not here anymore. I wasn't even really trying to drop him. I was like, all right, if he's like right on my feet towards the end, I'll like do a little acceleration. But I kind of just swam my pace and uh, yeah, came out with the gap. It's harder to hold the draft in conditions like that too. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's how it played out in from my eyes. And yeah, I try not to look back too much, but
Yeah,
it's hard not to. Like I
yeah.
just like I'm like, let me swim for 2 minutes. All right, let me look back. And like I can do it kind of flawlessly in my stroke, but it still does put more strain on your back and things too. So it's not something you want to do all the time. I mean, especially if you're not like well versed in it. But I got away with it quite a number of times.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, when you get to like the turn buoy, do you sight to whatever side you just turned on to get like a little easy peek at like who's back there kind of thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, usually. In this one though, there was just no one like on the
Yeah.
first the two main turn buoys, Ben was kind of right there. And on one actually it's on the second turn buoy where I kind of gapped him because like I was swimming towards it and I was sighting, but like the current was kind of pushing you like into it. So like I was like really close and I did this like massive straight arm stroke so I wouldn't like hit the buoy.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I felt like I was slow, but then I think Ben kind of ran into it. And
Yeah.
then I like I was like, oh, he's kind of struggling. And I just like I didn't really surge, but I was like, oh, let me just stay on it. And then I think that's when he kind of got gapped too. So yeah, I mean around buoys is a good time to drop people if you have that in the cards. I mean, there's even a strategy where you slow down into them and someone might like, kind of get close to you and almost like run into you and then they will slow down and then you would accelerate around the buoy
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to like force them to slow down and speed up. So there's like a few tricks, but it's usually a good place. But like you said, you can look back when you're going around the buoy and see who is there, but I didn't even see like, that's the third place person. They were so
Nice.
far back, dude.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, so he put a lot of time into the field. I knew that was going to happen. It wasn't like a super strong swim field. It was
Yeah.
very, very bike heavy. And yeah, it super tough conditions. Slow day. Actually, my slowest 70.3 swim ever,
I
like
saw that.
23,
Yeah,
7,
23 low.
23,
Yeah.
15 or something like that. But it was non-wetsuit in tough conditions. So yeah, I think I swam pretty well actually.
Yeah, man. No, it looked cool, and I liked seeing all the Iron Man footage they posted of you, and just like seeing you sight and stuff, and then do a little cheeky look back, and it was pretty cool just to see all the skills you were like showcasing in just literally like 15 seconds of footage. So that was pretty sweet. And you looked super fresh too, getting out of the water, like when you started like jogging and stuff. You can just tell like that's one of the benefits of being such a good swimmer is it doesn't take as much out of you. So you can kind of like I mean, even in Oceanside, I saw you freaking just run out of the water and like
Yeah,
yeah.
I was definitely more tired in Oceanside. At this one, my goal was to just be out just more reasonable
Mm-hmm.
because I really wanted to like push the beginning of bike. And I did ride with Ben for 20 minutes, which is longer than I'd ever ridden with him. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you want to stay with him forever. But we're not
Yeah.
here to talk about the bike anyway. But yeah, it was good. I think it set me up well and I didn't like have to cook myself because there wasn't like 10 really good swimmers in the field. There was like
Yeah.
two, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sweet. Thanks for taking us through that swim. And yeah, I hope you guys like this short little episode. We might do them more often. And yeah, I'm actually making my pro 70.3 debut in July. So maybe we'll do just the swim of that. And hopefully I can have as good of a swim as Greg does.
As long as I'm not there,
Yeah,
which I don't
as
think I
long as
will be.
Greg's not there. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
No,
lead
what?
I'll lead
Swim
out.
sets to the pool, 1, 2, dude. That'd be sick.
That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, a little fist bump. I'll let you go first so you can get the bonus.
Yeah, I'll split it with you if you let me come out first,
Okay, sounds good. Awesome. Well, sweet. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Peace.